We are live. All righty. Confirm. If you are watching, then please feel free to say hi in the chat. All right, super. All right, well, welcome everyone. We are going to kick off. So this is the last town hall chat that we are having for the year before our summer break, and we are very excited for the guests that we have, the guest speakers. This theme for our town hall tonight is healthy athletes disciplines, and we have some awesome special guests who support Special Olympics health throughout the year and will be with us for Summer Games just next week. So we are really thrilled to have these folks with us. And so before we jump into learning about the healthy disciplines and healthy athletes disciplines and what all of that means, we are going to actually just preface kind of high level what that is. So Special Olympics, one of my favorite facts actually, is that it is the largest healthcare provider for people with intellectual disabilities worldwide, which is a really very cool fact, especially if you think about the fact that Special Olympics is a sports organization. So it is the largest healthcare provider for people with intellectual disabilities worldwide. And that is really because of healthcare professionals who donate their time to provide screenings and education for people with intellectual disabilities. So all the work that the folks here on the line do for athletes throughout the state of Virginia is being done also throughout the world. And so it's pretty special and pretty cool. There's a variety of different disciplines within Special Olympics that these folks help support. But before we kick it over to them to kind of dig into what those disciplines are and what all of that means, we're going to hear from Samantha Bondurant, who is a Special Olympics athlete, and she's going to share a little bit about her experiences with Samantha. So I'm going to kick it over to you and wondering if you can first share with us, Samantha, what your experiences with healthy athletes are or have been.
I have had several experiences with Special Olympics healthy athletes. While at the USA Games last summer, I was able to visit many different health stations. There were vision and hearing checks. I saw a couple of athletes leaving with free glasses and hearing aids. There were general health checks, such as blood pressure checks. Also, a general fitness station that tested your flexibility and strength, where they sent you home with a plan to help you on your weaknesses. There was also a station where they checked your feet and another where they gave you tips on how to handle stress. All these stations were run by volunteers in the health field, and all of it was free of charge. I also went to Virginia Beach's MedFest recently. This provided athletes with free physicals so the athletes can participate in Special Olympics. Another healthy athlete thing I do is gym workouts with one of my local coaches.
That's great. Yeah, if you caught that, so Samantha had shared that she participated in Healthy Athletes at the USA Games last year, which is really cool. So this is happening at local chapters in states throughout the U.S. and also regionally and globally and nationally. So at these events, so that's pretty special and pretty cool. And she noted that people will walk away with free glasses if they need it. So just these opportunities are really special and unique. So thank you for highlighting that, Samantha. And then we have one more question for you before we let you go tonight. I am really curious what your favorite thing about healthy athletes is, or what you particularly like about healthy athletes.
I like that the health screenings and physicals are totally free. They are quick and easy to do, and the Zoom workouts I do help us to stay motivated and active between our team practices.
Yes, love that. Absolutely. Free for athletes, super special. And I would love anyone else, any athletes in the chat too, at any point throughout tonight, please share if you've had experiences just like Samantha within healthy athletes or different disciplines that you've really liked or things that you've learned. That's awesome feedback for us to have. So, Samantha, thank you so much for sharing that and just kind of kicking off with your personal experience with healthy athletes and sharing with our community.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so now we're going to kick it over to our guests, our other guests on the line, our clinical directors. So Healthy Athletes has been a huge initiative, as has been shared in Special Olympics for more than 25 years. And we have 2 clinical directors, maybe 3. One might be homesick at the moment, but we'll see if he joins us later. But we or at least have the opportunity to highlight 2 of the 8 disciplines in Special Olympics Healthy Athletes with fun fitness and health promotion. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but if there's anything that before we kick over to that, we have our VP of Sport, Competition, and Fitness on. And I didn't know if Dave Pulaski, if you would want to share anything before we go into conversation with our clinical directors who are on the line.
No, thank you, Casey. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a health program that's been in existence for almost 22 years with several different disciplines. And so we've got 2 of our disciplines represented tonight, but we also have 2 others that will be at Summer Games and another that will be hopefully in the fall. And Samantha mentioned MedFest, which is a pre-participation physical program that we run in. Not only did we do one in Virginia Beach, but we do one in Southwest Virginia as well. And we've done them before in Richmond. So very excited to have our clinical directors online tonight. And they make everything really move for these programs and provide a great service to our athletes.
Super grateful. Thanks so much, Dave. So first, we are going to kick it over to Laura and Nija, and they're going to talk about fun fitness. So I will let you ladies take it away.
Well, hi, all healthy athletes, coaches, parents, and anyone else that's watching us tonight. My name is Laura, and myself and my partner, Nija, are physical therapists. So we've been doing PT for many, many years. And we run the fun fitness section at the Healthy Athletes that you'll come to next week. So, you know, our bodies are made to move. Moving makes us feel so happy and healthy. And we move a lot when we're doing soccer and track and field and swimming and bowling and tennis. So you're moving all the time. And did you know that we've got more than like 650 muscles that help us move, right? That's a lot. So when you come to the fun fitness section, we really want to look at how strong your muscles are. We want to look at how flexible your muscles are. We also want to look at how you can balance and kind of check out your heart and your endurance. So you'll come to all these stations, and we've got physical therapists that'll be working with us, as well as physical therapist students as well. And we'll just kind of take you along and try and figure out if there's any areas of improvement that we need. And then we'll develop a program like Samantha said, and you kind of get a couple of little exercise bands to help you improve those deficits if there's any that we find. You know, one of the things that's really important is if you have a coach or a parent that's with you, we would really love to chat with them too, especially if you have any specific questions about maybe if you're having some aches and pains, or if we feel that you really do need to see a physical therapist in your area in the state, we can definitely help facilitate that. So whatever adults that you have with you, please bring them with you to your fun fitness section there. We look forward to working with you and seeing all your medals.
We definitely do. I especially enjoy seeing the athletes year after year. We have athletes that come and visit us, and every year they are excited about the medals that they've won. And we love to see everybody come back smiling and going, you know, I did my exercises from last year, or yes, I remember you from last time and you taught me how to do this, that, or the other. We love teaching the exercises. The other fun thing about Fun Fitness is that we're enjoying watching you guys grow and be better athletes, coming back stronger, coming back more flexible, and just enjoying what you do. So if you've come to Fun Fitness before, great, come on back again. If you're new and haven't tried it out, I always encourage people to just come down and just give it a try. It's fun. We don't have anything it's gonna be harmful or gonna hurt you. We want to make sure that you're safe. And as we do the exercises with you, sometimes, as you can see in the picture, we're actually doing them with you at the same time. So you get to kind of see how fit we are as well. But it's a great chance to be able to come out and just show off your stuff and see what kind of athlete you really are by being strong and flexible, and just showing us you're enjoying the whole event itself, just being a great athlete.
That's fantastic. And I actually have a question for you guys. I'm super passionate about fitness, and that's something that we at SOVA are really pushing forward and trying to emphasize right now, not just training for sport, but training for a lifestyle, for what it means to have an overall healthy lifestyle. So you referenced and I hope I heard you right. We have more than 650 muscles in our bodies. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's right.
So what would you say then to an athlete or anyone who is really sport focused, and it's a specific sport, let's say maybe bowling, for example, or even bocce, where you think, well, it probably only impacts a little bit, your balance or your like arm strength or something. Can you talk a little bit about the value of like whole body fitness, or is that even something that's important for us to focus on when we might be doing, only one certain kind of activity?
Yeah, so, we're all going to age, and we're all aging every day. So we want to make sure that we're as strong and healthy as we kind of keep advancing. One of my favorite things to do is sit to stand. Sit to stand is a really easy exercise, and really trying to work on not using your hands when we stand up. If you're more advanced, we can do squats. Squat is a really good total body exercise for the lower body, for the glute, the butt muscles, the thighs. That's really important. Another one that I like for more like upper body core strength is like a wall push-up. So that way we kind of incorporate everything, all the muscles that we have, by using just like real simple stuff. You don't need any equipment. Those are two of my favorite exercises, I would say, for full body.
Being well-rounded is really important as an athlete. It's not just that one activity, those one set of muscle groups that we use for that activity. It's using your endurance to be able to make sure that you're not breathing too hard when you're exercising, making sure that you can use your, what we call the core, your abdominal muscles, and those muscles that are all around our trunk, to be able to keep ourselves strong and stable so we don't get injuries, maintaining flexibility so that we don't have injuries, and we can use our muscles to the best of our ability versus being maybe tight or weak, where those areas are going to not give us our best when we come to using our muscles for our sport. So well-roundedness does include everything, the balance as well as the endurance, as well as the flexibility and the strength. It all is just one big package.
And, just to kind of piggyback on that, there's lots of research that shows that just by moving, our brain releases happy chemicals. So sometimes if we're having maybe not like a great day, or we're just kind of feeling down or maybe sad, just going outside, just being outside and going for a walk helps boost those happy chemicals. And that really helps me feel better when I'm not feeling so great about myself, or maybe something that's not going on really well in my life. I just need to move.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that perspective of something that's simple, because I think sometimes when we think about fitness and we think about doing fitness, like, oh, am I doing all this fitness activity? We tend to think of really high intensity things sometimes, and I think that can feel maybe a little bit scary to jump into. But something as simple as a walk around the neighborhood, especially if done consistently, could be really a great habit of fitness, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Just walking the dog, around the neighborhood, or, running around just the yard, either with kids or with, other friends, and just enjoying the outside. All of that is just so important.
Mm-hmm. Some folks in the chat, Caitlin Dykes said she loves going for walks if she is upset. And +1 for me, Caitlin. Absolutely. Great stress reliever. And Samantha, who was just on with us and jumped off so that she could watch, says her favorite exercises are running and lifting weights. And I think,
that's a good balance between cardio work and strength training. That's a great balance. Good, very good, Samantha.
Now, before I let you guys go and we move on to the next discipline, I'm going to ask, it is called fun fitness for a reason, not scary fitness or intense fitness or anything else. So I would love to know from you all what your one way that you like to make fitness fun, or an exercise that feels fun for you. Putting you on the spot. Sorry.
You are putting us on the spot.
And Sally Beth and Dave are also welcome to join in if they have one. And also in the chat, feel free if you have a fun exercise that you like.
So I think for me, I'm really goal oriented. So if I want to just be able to maybe like walk for 15 minutes, then maybe the next week I want to walk for 20. Or for me, I really like to run. Running really makes me feel good inside because it's hard. So I just like to have goals. I just like to be outside. I like to be outside when the weather is not so great. Running is my happy place.
I enjoy doing anything to music. So in my days when I did running was to music. Now I do indoor cycling, I do yoga, I do Pilates and all of that. I do to music. Just music makes me happy. So whatever I can do to music that helps to keep me moving, to fit the mood that I'm in, to boost a mood, that really kind of keeps me going. So it's anything that can keep me motivated.
I love that. I think I'm going to agree with you on that with music. Dave or Sally Beth, before we switch on over, do you guys have an exercise?
Tell us, Dave. Tell us.
I mix running in, which is not my favorite thing to do, with cycling. So I like to ride long distances on the weekends. I feel like I get a really good workout then, and it's you can go lots of places and visit places and still get a good physical workout doing that. So we, my wife and I, we ride on the Capitol Trail, which goes through from Richmond to Washington a lot, and we do chunks of it every weekend, sometimes 35 or 40 miles. So that's my favorite thing to do.
And Casey, I just put in the chat that I too do like running, but I also love to garden. I'm a member of I live here in Roanoke, Virginia, and I'm a member of our community garden club. And I just planted my tomatoes. So I love getting out and gardening, and it really helps kind of do stretches, and I'm bending and lifting, and I find that I get a lot of activity working out in the garden.
Thank you. I really love that perspective and that example that you just shared, gardening. Something as simple as gardening can really, you're still moving your body. So that's great. Yeah, I love some of the other folks in chats. Caitlin loves some good singing while she's walking. I love that. I feel like you and Nigel would get along great, Caitlin. So that's great. Thank you guys so much for sharing a bit about fun fitness. And so now we are going to switch over to our next discipline with Sally Beth Johnson to talk about health promotion. Sally Beth, what is health promotion?
So health promotion is staying healthy. So again, welcome all athletes and coaches, parents, guardians, family, and friends of Special Olympics. Again, my name is Sally Beth Johnson. I live in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm a professor at Radford University and Virginia Tech. My background is in public health, but I have been involved in Special Olympics health promotion since 2009. And this is one of my favorite activities in terms of really helping not only to work in our sports, but all the other healthy lifestyles. So my discipline is called health promotion. So this is all the different things besides participating in your sport that you do to stay healthy. And you'll see here in our discipline, we work on making healthy choices. And so I would like to start off before I share what we do in our discipline is to ask everyone, besides your physical activity sport, what do you choose to do to stay healthy? What are your healthy choices?
I have put that in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I will share here. So folks in the chat, can you share, besides your sport, what do you choose to do to stay healthy?
And I'm going to give another example. I mentioned that I love being in my garden. So that is some physical activity beyond my sport. But especially this time of year, I need to be really careful when I'm in the garden because the sun sometimes can be very strong. So I choose to make sure that I am applying my sunscreen when I'm going outside and either going for my run or working in the garden. So I'd really like to think other choices like that you're doing to stay healthy.
So we have, so Samantha chimed in that she drinks water.
That's one of the choices that we talk about in health promotion. So health promotion is all about making choices. Oh, I see another one come in.
My son Al is an Area 27 athlete. He's a vegetarian, so he loves already eating fruits and vegetables. It's from Christina.
Fantastic. Thank you, Christina, and thank you, Al. Any other ones coming in?
Not yet, but I will pitch it over to you if so.
Okay.
And Samantha did say, so I did ask her if she has any water bottles that she uses, and she says she has a couple. And I wanted to highlight, I have a water bottle, and I love this green one, and it really helps me stay hydrated because otherwise I always forget to drink water.
Yep, but that is one of the healthy choices that we definitely promote in health promotion. So in health promotion, and we are going to be at this year's summer games. So next week, we will be in Richmond. We will be having our Luau Summer Fun venue. We'll be promoting making healthy choices related to fruits and vegetables, sun safety, avoiding tobacco products, hand washing, staying hydrated, and besides your sport, making sure that you're staying physically active. And that also involves making sure you're not spending too much time on your computer devices. So besides our healthy messages, we will be doing some screening and interactive education events. And so if we go to our next slide, when you come to our venue, you will be getting an athlete report card. And I just wanted to focus just a couple things that we're going to be measuring in our venue. We will be doing checks with your height and weight and looking at sharing what is called your body mass index. You might have heard that, called the BMI. And so looking at what range that you fall in. Your BMI or your body mass index, that tells how heavy you are compared to your height. And why this is important, because it gives us a little bit of an idea if you would be at risk for heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. So this is one I know several of you've come by before. And so we've been able to track your BMI throughout in terms of, well, maybe you gained a little bit of weight and then you've lost some weight. And so we can see how you're doing in that area. Also, in addition to BMI, we are doing a measurement called your waist to height ratio. And this measures how your body fat is distributed. And so when you carry a lot, maybe in the central tummy area, that can put you at higher risk also for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, and other chronic diseases. The other screening that we're going to be doing, we are going to have some volunteers from the Virginia Medical Reserve Corps and Virginia Department of Health who will be helping out at our venue. And you'll see on the next slide, you will have the opportunity to have your blood pressure taken. And so we're looking for healthy blood pressures, which is less than 120 over 80. And there's lots of different choices that you can make to help control your blood pressure. So things like, Al, we heard loves to eat fruits and vegetables. Well, that's real important rather than, having junk food to help control your blood pressure. Also eating things like whole grain foods like brown bread and brown rice. Also staying active, all of that activities from your sports and your activity also control blood pressure. But we'll have some clinical staff on site to check your blood pressure and to see where your levels are. The other thing that we're really excited about this year is that we have some new models and display figures. And so we have a new blood pressure model that will really show, how it works, how your blood pressure tells. It's that amount of force that's pushing against your heart artery walls. And so when your heart beats and rests, that number, it helps give us a prediction if you're at risk for a stroke. And we've got some new models that are going to help show what happens when you have high blood pressure. The other part, if we go to the next slide, this is a question. This is my next question I have for you. I talked about how one of our healthy choices that we focus in on in health promotion is our hydration levels in terms of making sure that we're drinking water. I would like to put a question to each of you watching this evening. How many bottles of water did you have today? How many bottles of water have you had so far? 0, 1, 2, 3, more? How many bottles? Love to see some numbers in our chat.
Put a number in the chat. I will start. I had half a bottle.
Half a bottle. Oh,
Erin had 2.
All right.
If we have any more numbers, I'll pop them over.
Okay. So for Special Olympics, it is recommended that you work toward a goal of 5 bottles a day. So it's really important to stay hydrated. So 5 bottles, we're thinking about that 16 to 20 ounce size. So five of those. Now, one thing that hydration works on is when you do not get enough water, your body can become dehydrated. And one of the fun charts that I love that we share at our venue is called the urine chart, or some people call it the P chart. And so if you look at your urine, you'll see there on the right-hand side that there's different colors. And one of the ways that you can tell if you're dehydrated is if you have kind of that dark yellow, kind of almost brown pee or urine. And so that's one of the kind of the P test, or what we call the urine chart. Also, when you feel thirsty, if you're dehydrated, you also might feel really tired and sluggish. You might start to get a headache. Your mouth is dry. So it's really important that, especially as we're going to the summer and we're sweating more, that we make sure that we're getting enough water. So this is one of the things, as we choose to be healthy, we can choose to work on getting more water throughout our day.
I have a question, Sally
Sure.
Beth. If I'm about to go to my sports practice, let's say I'm a track and field athlete, and I feel like I should I know it's important to have water. If I forgot to drink water that day and went to track practice and just drank a whole thing of water right before practice started, is that still okay? Will that still help me for my practice to be hydrated?
The one thing, that's a great question. Ideally, we want to be drinking throughout the day, right? Not waiting right to the last minute. Still having some is going to be important, but we don't want to have way too much, right? We don't want to all of a sudden drink all 5 bottles of water and then go out and do our event. And that can be way too much all at once. But having some sips, having a little bit, and then drink water right away after your event. So good question.
I have another water question before, if that's all right.
Sure.
What if drinking a lot of water, wouldn't drinking a lot of water mean that you have to go to the bathroom a lot more? You talked about the pee chart. So does it really matter if you just drink more water and you just go to the bathroom more? That doesn't sound very good. Can you explain what's happening there? And if there really is a value in drinking more water instead of just having to go to the bathroom more?
Well, drinking water helps our body work properly. So it's not just going through us. It is helping every system of our body. It is helping our liver to function correctly. It's helping our cells to function correctly. It can be a serious piece when it comes to athletic performance. So if our body is not working properly and hydrated, then that is things that are going to lead to our organs not functioning correctly. So it's not just a matter of, it can cause us to go to the bathroom more often, but that is an important part of making our bodies work properly and really important for overall sports performance.
So it is helping.
It is helping. Now you can get way too much, right? You do have to watch. If it's really, really clear all the time, then you're actually maybe you can get too much water, right? So you want that nice balance.
Thank you.
So that's one of the things that we'll be looking at. And again, if you're coming to summer games and you've got more questions about hydration or need some water, please stop by our station. I've got just a couple more things that I want to feature that we're excited about at this year's venue. Again, I mentioned.
Well, if I can interrupt you, we do have a comment that I think you might find interesting, and I'll put it on here from Erin. So Erin references some vertigo and making sure to get enzymes up. And I don't know all of what that means, but I am sure Sally Beth does.
Let's see. Most of what increasing water. Okay. Yep. So vertigo, that's when you start to feel like dizzy and have to either drink some water or eat something. So I make sure I get the enzymes up. So yes, see, this is very important in terms of both not only staying hydrated, but also making sure that we're eating properly, right? So one of the things is when we're looking at enzymes up, or also in terms of overall, some individuals may feel very lightheaded because their overall blood sugars are maybe falling or too high. And so it's really important that we are having regular meals throughout the day, choosing healthy meals. So getting fruits and vegetables, having healthy snacks in terms of, those whole wheat grains. And so all of those things help make our bodies work the way that they're supposed to work. And when we don't have enough food, or if we don't have enough healthy beverages to drink, we can not feel well. And especially if we have some conditions, it's really important to make sure that we've got water and healthy snacks with us.
Erin, thank you for sharing that. That's really valuable. I'm sure other people benefited from that as well. And I think you had mentioned this briefly, Sally Beth, that you also don't want to have too much. And Nick, who is an avid runner, if you don't know Nick, he is almost Nick, you can share it in the chat. I don't know if it's 3 years. He's almost 2 or 3 years strong of running every single day. And so he is very high cardio. Yeah, just like Laura, loves running. So he's, kind of curious if you have too much water.
Yeah, it's too much water. And even, especially running, one word that you may hear when you think about drinks is the word electrolytes. And so our body needs a common balance. And also part of those electrolytes are our overall salt intake with our body. And so if you get too much water, it can throw off your balance of your electrolytes and salt. So those are sometimes, especially if you're running a lot and it gets really hot, that besides having water, you may also have like a light Gatorade or a sport drink to help add those electrolytes in. But if your body is at the very, very, very extreme case, when you have too much water and you lose that balance, then some of your organs can stop working correctly. So it is one that we need to monitor our bodies. How are you feeling? And looking at the urine chart and our pee color, are we having headaches? All of those things. It's really important to be aware of how we feel. And if we're starting to feel different, okay, is it because I'm getting too much or maybe not enough? Good question.
And that's super valuable. And Nick did share today was day 900 in a row of running. So.
Oh my goodness, Nick, you are on a roll. That is amazing.
Big
that
kudos.
Is so amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And Caitlin also gave a shout out to the Stanley Cup, the very famous, popular, big water bottle that I believe is about 40 ounces. So I think she drinks about half daily. So that's great. Awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I mentioned that we've got some new things on the way. And one of the things that I'm interested in having, and I hope those of you who are Summit Games will stop by and meet. I have someone for you to meet, and her name is Louise. Now, if you look closely here at Louise has 2 different lungs. She's got a healthy lung, and then she has a lung that has been exposed to tobacco smoke. Her lung that you see there on the left is much darker. It's not healthy and pink. It actually has emphysema and cancer. So Louise is going to be at Summer Games to educate us on the importance of being tobacco-free. And for any athletes that currently do use tobacco products, or if you're around anyone who uses tobacco products, one of the things that we'll be promoting at Summer Games, which is on the next slide, is we are partnered with Quit Now Virginia, and they have a free quit line. They also work with all types of tobacco, cigarettes, electronic cigarettes, vapes, chewless tobacco, but they have a free quit line that you can call, but they also have the website, Quit Now Virginia. They are also offering free nicotine replacement therapy right now to anyone who lives in the state of Virginia. So we'll have information about them. If you or any of your friends or loved ones are thinking about quitting or in that quit tobacco process, that's one of the most important things in terms of preventable death and disease, is eliminating our exposure to tobacco smoke. Those are just some of the things that we've got a lot of different things that we can do to choose to be healthy. But again, we're going to be at the Summer Games. We also try to regularly make it out to Southwest Virginia at the regional.
It seems that Sally Beth has popped off almost at perfect timing because she was finished with her presentation. We'll see if she comes back and joins us. I'll put her on pause here, but I'll monitor if she's able to pop back in. But yeah, so she was just pitching out Summer Games. And so we actually have a couple of athletes in the chat who have referenced Summer Games and their interest in coming out, which is really awesome. And so we're maybe going to hear from Healthy Hearing tonight, but our clinical director has a sick household. So we are going to kind of wrap it up with the clinical directors who are on the line and the two disciplines. But Dave, I'm wondering if you'll be able to share a little bit more about summer games, because we don't just have two disciplines at summer games. We have more than two. And we'd just love to kind of have you wrap that up for everyone so that they know what to look out for. And maybe we will have Sally Beth join us again.
She's at a luau, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Starting early. We typically have more than just health promotion and fun fitness. Those are super important ones as well. And we usually have Special Smiles and the Mom Project, which is our dental screening program. If you come for the dental program, you can get dental services. You can get your teeth cleaned, which everybody should get their teeth cleaned at summer games for free. That should be a must. It should be on your radar to get that done. But you can also get fillings put in and teeth taken out if you need them to be. So that will be on the mezzanine of our Robins Center. And we'll also have Opening Eyes, which is our visual screening program. So Dr. Melton will be there doing full visual screenings. And if you need glasses or prescription sunglasses, you'll be able to get them. If you don't get them at summer games, you'll get them you'll get them a few weeks after summer games. But they'll put you through an eye screening that will tell you everything you need to know about what kind of vision you have and what you need to help hopefully correct that. So that's a really important one. And like I said, the Special Smiles program will be up on the mezzanine, and that's our full dental program. We'll have at least 15 dental chairs or more set up for free dental services. So please go to those as well. And for all of those athletes that are off campus, come on back in the afternoon and hit the Healthy Athletes Center before it gets too late in the afternoon, so you can get some free screenings done at some of the places. So we're real excited. Healthy Hearing will not be at summer games this year. It usually is. We're looking to do that in the fall. And so that will be the only one that we normally have at summer that will not be there this summer.
Erin's just showing off and letting everyone know that she had her teeth cleaned recently. No, I think that's so fantastic. But if you were not Erin and you did not have your teeth cleaned recently, then please come to the mezzanine of Robins Center. And we do have a question in the chat that I want to make sure we just answer this correctly and give the right resources as possible. So we have a parent in Stafford County asking about her 7-year-old and their ability to participate in Healthy Athletes. So not any more specific than that, but what can we share with her about that?
Anybody can participate in the Mom Project, regardless of age and regardless of whether or not they're a healthy athlete or they're athletes in the program.
Mom Project is
the dental program. Yeah. So anybody can participate there because the Mom Project is a partner of ours. They're not exclusively Special Olympics. As a matter of fact, we will have some folks from the community that will come through and get dental services. The health promotion, Opening Eyes, fun fitness, and health promotion are really dedicated to healthy athletes, to our Special Olympic athletes. So if you're a registered Special Olympics athlete, you can go through there. And we do encourage folks to come through with their coaches and their chaperones so that any information that's given to the athletes or any kind of recommendations go home with both the athlete and the coach or the parent. But those are specifically for Special Olympics, registered Special Olympics athletes.
Okay.
And they don't have to be registered for summer games. They just have to be in the program.
Just have to be registered. So They have to be, is that minimum 8 years old?
Well, we do have some young athletes in the program. So if the person is active in the school programs, they're technically registered in Special Olympics as well.
Okay, great. I just wanted to expand that out, Jeannie. So you could definitely get your son involved. And then Caitlin did reference coming back, so she'll be off campus. So again, as Dave mentioned, if you are off campus, this crew will be active doing screenings from 10 until 4 o'clock. Is that correct? 10
Some of them are going till 5, and it really depends on how busy everybody is. We typically don't want to turn people away. So if there's folks coming through, it does take about an hour for each discipline to get through. So give or take a few minutes. So you want to allow yourself enough time. So if you're there and you're running track, come over in between. If you're bowling and you're coming back at noon, you got plenty of time to get some things done. So, either in between or certainly at the end of your competition day, come out and do that. You can typically get anywhere from certainly 1 done for sure. And most of the times you can get 2 done. We do about 200 screenings at each discipline each summer. So about 800 athletes, give or take, get screened per summer games, which is almost probably about 80% of the athletes that are at summer games.
So yeah, thank you so much. Such a huge value to have this opportunity. And I know it might not sound like the most fun thing in the world to go over to Healthy Athletes, but hopefully these guys have given it made it not seem as daunting. It's not like going to the doctor's office. Sally Beth, Laura, and Nija are super fun and just really excited to show you really cool visuals and to participate and do active things with you. So again, and a really cool opportunity so you can save yourself from having to go to all these checkup appointments. You can just go hang out with them, and they can help you make sure that you're all checked out and clear to go, and continuing to live healthy, and giving you tips for things. We have folks in the chat who are asking about if frozen cookies will make their teeth crack and things. And so all of these questions are ones that you can ask the clinical directors when you are there. That's what they're there for. They love your questions. And so we just encourage you guys to keep up your curiosities about health and what it means to be healthy. So just thank you again, Laura, Nija, and Sally Beth for joining. And if you have any closing, does anyone have any closing words? If not, we will end the stream.
I just look forward to seeing everybody there. We want to see everybody turning out and coming to visit us at all of our booths and participating and enjoying the day, enjoying their games, and having just a good time at the summer games. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. I can't wait to see everyone. Please stop by and say hi.
Super. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.